Sam's disposition is so perfect for
really
this stuff.
is.
I can't like when someone is that stupid in front of me, I lose my mind. I just start yelling. Sam Seder on the Jube. No, we're not calling Jubilee the Jube, okay? We're not on a fucking shorthand like we don't have a pet name for Jubilee, okay? We don't know Jubilee like that around these parts. I don't like it when you guys do that. It makes it feel like we watch Jubilee so much that we have like a pet nickname for it, and I don't appreciate it. I normally don't.
Wait, you talking about Juju?
No, Jubilee.
No, you're talking about Juju.
I'm not trying to do
yeah, no, we're not doing that. The fucking Jube, yeah. Let's go. I love it. Pull up some Jube on a Sunday. Yeah, Sam Seder is the first time I'm gonna go back to watching the Jube. Now I'm doing it. God damn it. But yeah, I will watch this because obviously Real Uncle Sam Seder went on
here about
and I very much enjoy his debates. So
conservatives and their ethno-nationalism or their lack of grasp on on facts, on just basic things. But it just so happens about a month and a half ago, I guess it was, I did the Jubilee Surrounded show, which is where I sit in the middle of the circle, and there are like 25 or 20, I can't remember how many it was. Conservatives.
Yeah.
You know about it. Does your audience know what Outnumbered is, though?
No, I don't
Outnumbered?
know.
I don't know if they still aired on Fox. It's probably gone now. But
no,
like,
I don't even know what Outnumbered is, but this is Jubilee's Jubilee's been doing this for a minute now.
This was a Fox News show from Brendan, when he was a reporter, he used to have to watch this. And the whole premise of it was that they would have one man and then they would be surrounded by a bunch of female pundits, but they're all right wing. So I don't really quite get how they created conflict out of it, but that was the premise.
Oh, okay. Well, Sam Seder went on and I assume made short work of the 20 people that they surrounded him with.
They were young people. And there were a couple who I think sort of knew what they were talking about to a certain extent. They live in an information bubble. And so there was actually one guy who I talked to afterwards and showed him some of the stuff that I think comes up in the show. It's about an hour and a half long. We recorded 3 hours of it. I've seen the edit. It's fine. I don't really remember what happened at the time. But this is a promo they have put out. It's not all as... I don't know how to describe what you're about to see. There were a couple of people, like I said, who didn't have basic sort of facts about things that made it hard to sort of debate or argue with them. And then there were some who were just set in a certain perspective, and I didn't feel like it was even worth arguing with them because, what are you going to say to someone who says what the second person in this clip does? But this is premiering on Sunday, March 9th. So in 2 days.
Every private and public sector gets tax cuts when you hire a person of color.
Government agencies don't pay taxes. Government agencies are funded by the government.
That is not true.
That's such an
Okay, that's awesome. That rules.
How can you be so confident and yet so wrong? Also, the thing that really shocks me, and I think this is more so a post-COVID thing, but a dude that looks like this is supposed to be in a polyamorous relationship and be super woke.
I'm going to be honest. I think that he's supposed to be hosting the needle drop.
How dare you? How dare you come after my boy like that?
No, I think he kind of looks like Fintano with plugs, but that's just me.
All I'm saying is, what something happened during COVID. I think this is a post-COVID thing. I'm becoming a bit of a COVID truther, where I think we genuinely saw a IQ drop across the board because of all the people that got hit with COVID. Like people's brains, I don't think work as much, like as well as they used to.
I mean, it's a lot of this. It's the screen time. I will say, like, yeah, COVID definitely made me stupider. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah,
but
probably. Me too, for sure.
But I do think that, like, yeah, like everybody having to spend like every day inside, like experiencing hyper information or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
like,
it was. I think it's a combination of like both COVID maybe breaking people's brains, like literally. But then also, obviously, yes, the information space and like the ways in which it existed during COVID, like people have not recovered from this. They have not. I think.
mean, I will say, I gotta say though, there were and will always be people in America who believe somehow, against all intuition, against all common sense, against all uncommon, like, you know, like taught learned sense, that government agencies are not funded by tax dollars. Like there's people, like America is a big country, you know, like the Chinese word for America, right? In China, it means in English, like the beautiful country. We are the beautiful country. We are also the stupid country. And for all of our, you know, vast achievements and so on, like morons have always been as much a part of our national heritage. It's just, unfortunately, they took over.
I mean, the scams have gotten dumber. Like people are so conspiracy brained. Like I do think that there is something deeply and very seriously wrong with the essence of America now,
well,
more
also,
than
like,
ever
look,
before.
Like, if we're also being real, like we're just not used to morons looking like they should be hosting the needle drop. That's just not, like, they don't look like that guy we're used to expect. Like, I think, like,
no, that's what I mean. I think this guy was probably like a liberal at some point, and then I'm going to use this term now that you put it in my lexicon, but he got one-shotted by COVID, and now he's and now he's just like existing in this space where he's just regurgitating conservative garbage nonstop and thinks that like that makes him a brilliant orator or something.
Government agencies don't pay taxes. Government agencies are funded by the government.
That is not true. That is not true.
Like, look at his face. Look at
national. Like, what's the problem with xenophobic
Wait,
nationalism?
go back. He looks at the camera. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Right now, pause. That is the moment when Sam Seder's soul exited his body.
That's so funny.
We can see it on camera.
Sam's disposition is so perfect.
It really is.
I can't, like, when someone is that stupid in front of me, I lose my mind. I just start yelling. Sam, on the other hand, after duking it out with libertarians on his show via call-ins for the past, like, what, 20 years at this point, has developed this, like, this very oh man, what am I supposed to do? I'm so disappointed. That's his like disposition, and I think that plays much better optically than the way I behave when I'm in a situation like this, where it's just like fucking lose it.
What's the problem with xenophobic nationalism? Don't you think that's better for Americans in general?
What's the problem with xenophobic nationalism? Don't you think that that's better for Americans in general?
You know, I think
cooking.
I think murder's good. You know, why not?
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's like that one chatter yesterday who was like, "What's your problem with Nazis?" Yeah. What's the problem with? I'm sorry. What's the problem with Nazis?
Did you say something wrong about Nazis?
Yeah. Well, you really cooked there, chatter.
Xenophobic nationalism is better.
We should have a coherent culture.
You and I have a fundamental disagreement. We will never see eye to eye on this. Hi, I'm Sam Seder, host of the Majority Report, and today I am surrounded by 20 conservatives.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Surrounded by.
How did he deny that? How did he say that was untrue with such confidence when it's the most untrue thing I've ever heard in my life?
That was the part that I found really disturbing. Like, you know, look, people make mistakes all the time.
Yes.
And you know, we do this professionally, and we make mistakes.
Yes.
You know, and the only reason why, like, I know this stuff is because I do it professionally, and we read in. But the level of assuredness that this guy had, that the federal government, that federal agencies were getting tax breaks for hiring black people, was astonishing.
Astonishing.
And
Like every part of this is wrong. You know what I mean? That's what's so frustrating about it, where it's like you made up you're operating off of a faulty premise, right? The notion that like federal agencies are paying taxes, but then you're also simultaneously inventing new things on top of that, where we are like 7 layers deep into this nonsense. Like, what the fuck? Federal agencies are paying taxes and they're getting tax breaks for hiring black people. Like, how did you arrive? You are living on a different planet. Like, who told you this? Who confused you like this?
Open the schools. Open the damn schools.
Yeah, I just...
you know, you could see the look on my face. Like I didn't know how to.
How do you select the people for this?
Are we gonna? Can we fix this
on
and
the
edit?
internet
Like
like
what?
morons,
Yeah.
come hither.
I can't argue that they don't get tax cuts when they don't pay taxes. Like, but that was.
I love the girl who says, like, not just saying like we should be nationalistic, but saying xenophobically nationalistic.
Yeah. Like I wonder.
It's a little bit redundant, but you know, I'll take it. I like the honesty of that.
I mean, I will say that I do get the impression that girl, like, you know, reads with her finger. Like, you know, like she learned that word and was
I don't think she knows how to read. I think you're being too kind.
You think I'm being too kind by saying that she needs to like move her lips to sound out words?
No, I think she does not know how to read at all. She has seen someone read out a meme to her, and it changed her entire life. That's what happened.
Like I wanted to go up to her afterward.
Like that person has not read. Okay, that person.
That's true. That person has a wall like Hasan's right here, except it's entirely filled with different editions of Hooked on Phonics.
Or it's just like TikTok. That person literally was homeschooled and basically learned everything from TikTok.
There was another guy. I wanted to go after her afterwards. Like, do you know what xenophobia means, right? Or no, or
Probably not.
And there was another guy who, I think, as soon as he got to the table, like a bunch of the other people in the circle, like, oh no. Because they thought that like he was coming in nodding as to what that woman had said, and I think he was going to go further, and they immediately voted him out, and so he never made it to the cut. But we'll talk more about it next week when we get the full thing out.
I'm so excited.
But you know, there were a couple of people who had some.
I would watch that. I wouldn't watch a normal episode of that, but I would watch Sam on that.
You know. Some people were, wanted to change the topic to like God and stuff like that.
That's another TikTok thing. Like, it's like no disrespect to the young liberals on TikTok that do this on a daily basis. You know, shouts out to Dean Parker, those boys, right? But like those guys love doing Christianity debates, and I think like that is the reason why a lot of the conservatives also. I mean, I don't know. It's a chicken or the egg situation. I'm sure that it's the conservatives that love doing those God debates or whatever. But to me, it's like, I don't know. I don't care about that at all.
I mean, this is like...
But there is definitely a lot of...
I mean, it's like an easy answer to a lot of like I mean, that's my impression anyway of like the quote unquote youth movement toward Christianity or whatever these days, is that it doesn't seem like it's about... It doesn't like the way it departs from like, you know, people who I knew who were raised like more religiously Christian, is that it really does just seem about like, oh no, like God is like like Christianity and God is like the shortcut answer to like resolving all of the complicated things about the world today. Like it's not even like an inherited tradition. It's like a return with the V thing, but to like having like an easy answer to hard questions.
Yeah, no, God told me so. That's why it's good. God is good. I don't know. I find it.
Also, I will say I always feel confident in these kinds of conversations because I know that even though it was, you know, for a different religion, I probably spent way more of my life sitting in a pew than any of these people.
Yeah.